Imagine being 23 years old, sent away from your university, isolated in the countryside, while a deadly disease spreads across the world. Most people would feel lost. But for one young man, this isolation would become the most productive year in the history of science. His name was Isaac Newton, and the year was 1665. Europe was gripped by one of the most terrifying outbreaks in history, the Great Plague. Cities were shutting down. Even Cambridge University closed its doors. Students were sent home. Among them was a quiet, curious student from Trinity College, Isaac Newton. He returned to his family home, a quiet farm called Woolsthorpe Manor. At the time, nobody could have guessed that this forced isolation would become the most extraordinary year of thinking ever recorded. Away from lectures, exams, and distractions, Newton's mind was finally free. He began thinking about motion, light, mathematics, and the universe itself. Later in life, he would call this period his Annus Mirabilis, Latin for the Year of Wonders. And what he discovered in just 18 months would reshape human knowledge forever. One quiet afternoon in the orchard, Newton noticed something simple. An apple falling from a tree, but instead of ignoring it, he asked a question that nobody had asked before. Why does the apple fall straight down? Why not sideways? Why not upward? Was there a force pulling it toward Earth? And if that force exists, could it reach far beyond the orchard, all the way to the moon? From this simple observation emerged one of the most powerful ideas in science, gravity. But Newton didn't stop there. Inside his room at Woolsthorpe, he darkened the windows and let a thin beam of sunlight pass through a glass prism. The white light exploded into a spectrum of colors. Newton realized something revolutionary. White light is not pure. It is actually made of many colors combined. As he tried to describe motion and gravity mathematically, Newton faced another problem. The mathematics of the time wasn't powerful enough. So he did something unbelievable. He invented a new type of mathematics. Today we call it calculus. Without calculus, we could never have built modern physics, engineering, or space science. Years later, Newton returned to Cambridge and combined his discoveries into a single monumental book, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica. Inside it were the famous 3 laws of motion and the universal law of gravitation. For the first time in history, humanity had a mathematical explanation for how the universe moves, from a falling apple to the motion of planets. Newton's ideas became the foundation of modern science. They helped humanity build bridges, engines, satellites, and even spacecraft traveling beyond Earth. Nearly 350 years later, rockets launching into space still follow Newton's laws of motion. While the world feared a plague, locking themselves behind the doors, and Newton was quietly unlocking the laws of the universe.